Hi, all you amazing creators. Welcome back to my channel, and this is Ying. So in this video, I'm going to share with you guys something different, which is my personal experience that attending 10 days silent meditation at the Sydney, Australia, Blue Mountain, Black Hills Vipassana Meditation Center. And the reason I'm going to share with you guys my personal experience, because I know there are so many different ways of meditation. There's so many, different techniques that you can really connect with your pure consciousness. So before we actually start, please remember that to subscribe our channel, you'll receive our weekly updates and learn more about how to live life with clarity, certainty, and confidence. So let's begin. So in this video, I'm going to share with you that my personal experience at the Vipassana Meditation Center. And I do believe that Vipassana Meditation Center, they will be like across the world. There are many different locations, but because I live in Sydney, Australia, so I attended to the one that is just close to where I live. First, let's clarify there's attention for me to attending meditation center. I believe there's so many people out there because they come across big life decisions or they experience something quite a traumatic experience that in life. They're looking for that silentness. They're looking for that internal connection with themselves. But the reason that in 2018 when I attending meditation center is not because that I had struggles or challenges in life. It was purely because I was very curious, because myself is in healing, personal development, personal growth. So I looking for experience opportunities that are to really connect with our pure consciousness. So that was the reason I decided to join the 10 days meditation. Was actually heard from one of my mentor, and he was about 80 years old, and personally he has attended about 15 times. So he highly recommended me to give a go. So I was just out of my curiosity. So I booked myself, I enrolled myself in. So before you actually attending the center, there is quite a very strict application form that you have to enroll that online in terms of your physical health, your mental health, and certain restrictions, certain things that you're allowed to do, things you're not allowed to do. So on the day that when I arrived at the center, that you just remember that when the 10 days meditation actually start, you're not allowed to have your phone, you're not allowed to have your computers, you're not allowed to have your Apple Watch. Basically, you're not allowed to have anything that to do with electronics. And secondly, you're not allowed to have a book, a pen, or paper. You're not allowed to write anything. Thirdly, of course, you're not allowed to bring your own food because they're providing everything. Pretty much that you just bring a watch. That's all I remember, that a few years back that I had my watch with, and I had a few clothes, not a singlets, like you can't show your legs or shoulders, arms, things like that. So it's like a very loose, comfortable sport casual clothes with my watch and a pillow. That's pretty much it. And another thing, there's so many restrictions actually. The third thing is you're not allowed to communicate, to have interactions with anybody after the bells are ringed, and you're not allowed to look at other people's eyes. Basically there's no physical human interaction with anyone around you, because I do believe that if you walk around the meditation center where's the bathroom, the toilets, the rules, everything is written. You pretty much can get all the information that on the doors, on the windows, on the instructions. You don't have to communicate with anyone else. And the male and the females will be totally separated. And you basically will meditate between 10 to 12 hours. Meditation depends on your personal preference. You get 2 meals a day. So the first meal I remember is around 7 o'clock in the morning, and the lunch is around 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And your dinner pretty much is just a hot ginger water. That's pretty much it. You don't get anything. So the first 3 days for me was actually starving. I was completely starving. I couldn't sleep at night because it was so starving. I wake up 4 o'clock in the morning just waiting for my breakfast. I still remember that. And also they separated male, female. You don't get interaction with any male at all for me. And you also have like a little track outside of the building that you can go for a walk by yourself. And they also separate the track between the males section and the female section. So there is completely no interaction between male and the females. But we all do have a big hall, which means that the male and the females meditated together in the hall. There was about, I think, around 100, 200, 150 people all together meditating together for 14 hours a day for 10 days silent. That was really full on. I just wanted to share intensively a little bit about my personal experience that with the meditation. It's quite a strict rules. I wouldn't to share exactly the techniques here, but I do remember that the first 3 days that I experienced tremendously a monkey mind. So my mind go everything, everywhere, all kind of information, struggling, restless, constantly moving my shoulders, my necks, my knees. I couldn't sit quiet, remember, for the first 3 days. So if you do go, that make sure the first 3 days that you stay with it. Doesn't matter how struggling, how noisy your mind, that you will stay with that first 3 days. And then after 3 days, I started to get into the zone. I started to stay with myself, connected with myself, follow the instruction from the teacher, the meditation teacher. They will actually guide you through the experience of that. And experience extremely loneliness because you don't get a chance to talk to anybody. But you do actually get a chance to talk to the meditation teacher to share your experience, scheduling on the one-on-one sessions. I remember that. But on the day 6, I had a breakthrough experience, which is I experienced that, the energy go through my nose, come on top of my head. It feels like a beautiful, beautiful natural perfume come out right on top of my head, and all the energy, all the perfume was land on my body. I feel fresh, and I also experienced that energy ball that moving within my body. I can very sensitive with all the energy that in my body moving around. I can experience, I can feel it, I can experience that amazing. I wouldn't call it alignment, but it actually feels like alignment for me. So as soon as I feel that moment, that extreme enlightenment, that moment, I ran to my teacher and I talked to her. I told her about that, my experience of the enlightenment, the breakthrough of my limitation of my body, because basically you're not allowed to move. And there was tremendous pain for 3, 4, 5 hours that you're not allowed to move at all. When the moment that you have that experience, the breakthrough moment, that all the pain would disappeared, you started to experience joy. You started to experience that enlightenment. So I ran to her and I basically shared my enlightenment experience with her. And she says the most important thing actually is don't have that expectations. because when you had that so much beautiful enlightenment that whenever you meditate, you have that expectations, you want to go back to that, you wanted to relive that experience, and you wanted to re-experience it. So I so appreciate so much that the experience that she gave to me, to make sure that I don't have expectations for the second day, the third day, the next few days when I meditate. That helps me a lot, because then I got really frustrated. I said, okay, let's do it again. Let's get there again. Let's get there. I had like expectations. So I think the tips from the meditation teacher helps me a lot. Didn't have that expectations on that. When people ask me, do I recommend it for you guys to join the 10 days meditation? I do believe that it definitely is a great experience that to challenge yourself, to go through that experience. But I recommend it also with that certain intention, that to challenge yourself or to be inspired by that meditation, not to just escape your reality for the meditation, to escape from your problems for the meditation. That would be not quite the right intention for you to do that. Would I do it again? I think probably not. That was just so far, my answer would be no, because I appreciate that myself made a decision to join that experience. But I do also say that the limitation of that experience, because when I actually came out from that experience, I had a tremendous emails, lots of phone calls, and I feel, the modern world is a little bit overwhelming, that because you were in the mountain, hidden and closed for 10 days. So the modern world was a little bit daunting for me. The fast-paced lifestyle, you do need to take action. And the techniques I found personally was a little bit harder for me to follow. Later on, I experienced all different meditation techniques I'm going to share with you guys in the future, and if you guys interested. So I would say that would be the drawbacks, would be the techniques I found was very hard to follow. There's much better techniques that to follow for meditation. The environment was completely different from my normal daily life, so I found it was quite a challenging, and I don't want to set up a place that for me to escape. That was my personal experience of Vipassana meditation. And if you are curious, if you have any more questions, please feel free to leave a comments below. I'd love to interact with you guys. And thank you so much for supporting our videos, and please leave comments if you have any other topics that you wanted to hear about it. Let me know, and also click the link below to join our Facebook community. And I highly recommend that you can take the 5 days challenge, stop self-sabotaging and start self-loving. I'm going to see you guys in my next video.